Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another NuubCast. This is Blamus. This is a TvT on... Oh, shoot. What is this? This is Abyssal Caverns, isn't it? I believe it is. This is a match. It's a TvT between Tue, the Red Terran. His opponent is Nemo. Yes, finding as in Finding Nemo. Tue is the progenitor of this replay, is not a... I think I've cast him before. He certainly has submitted quite a few replays. I've actually had to turn down a few of his replays, but this is a good example of someone who is persistent and... you know, keep on sending those reps, and you will definitely catch one that eventually will get cast. Unfortunately, this is going to be more of a kind of a teaching NuubCast. I don't normally, and I think I said this in the last cast, I don't normally like to do casts like this because I think I'm like treading on more like Day 9's territory, but I am specifically casting this replay in order to point out the mistakes. I have watched this before, and because it was kind of a coin flip for my not a coin flip, my the guy who looks at replays for me was like, I don't think so, and I wanted to watch it because 2A has submitted a lot of reps, and I didn't want to turn it down again, so wanted to check it out, make sure it was no good, and it's an interesting game, and a lot of cool things happen, but there's lots to talk about in this game. So we are in it to win it here. Welcome back to NuubCast, where, you know, we were trying to get better at this game, and this is going to be an opportunity to see some fairly specific and kind of glaring mistakes, and they're things that you know, maybe you think are common knowledge and aren't, or no one's told you, or you just don't have enough experience to have seen it work out that way in games. So we're going to check out this match between Nemo and 2A, and we're going to see what it is we can see. Ghost Academy going down very quickly for 2A, and this actually reminded me of a build I saw TLO do not that long ago, where he got early, and it was against another Terran player. He got an early Ghost Academy and early nukes, and was able to basically crush Cloud's, kill all of Cloud's army in like the first 6 minutes of the game. That is not what's going to happen here. So stay tuned in. Nemo is going to lose this SCV, I think. Yep, there she goes. Both guys look, Nemo doing a 1-1-1 build. Getting the tech lab on the factory. Probably going to lift off immediately and swap with the starport when it's finished. Although that doesn't always happen anymore. A lot of times what will happen is the factory will stay there. You see a couple of tanks go out, and then you'll see the starport get moved over, or you'll just see the tech lab stay and the starport build their own. Obviously, in this case, we are going to see the swap. The starport is going to move over to that tech lab. And we're seeing ghosts come out right away for 2A. Already has one out. Mackin at the ramp with his marine buddy. More ghosts coming out. We have a factory going down, and now well, that's weird. Okay, we have two factories, so I think we're going to see some tanks. Marine's going to come out of this reactor, obviously, and I'm guessing yes, we are going to see some tanks. I'm talking as though I haven't seen this before when I have. So we are going to see some tanks come out of these factories. Cloak going down for the Banshees. So this is an interesting build here for Nemo. I should mention now, Nemo is in Platinum, and 2A is in Gold. So just want to make that clear. So we are going to see some specific differences. The Banshee moving out before Cloak is done. You're going to see the Ghost Academy. And it's like, oh, I don't like that. I'm going to start hitting that. But no. Finally going to move over and take out 1 SCV, 2 SCVs, 3 SCVs, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 SCVs trade in for a Banshee. I'm going to say that's a pretty fair trade. Pretty fair trade. Although, they do take some gas, 100 gas. But, you know, 7 SCVs is like 650 minerals, so... Did I say that? No. 350 minerals, so... Makes up for the cost of that Banshee. Alright, so 2A, breaking out the tanks. No siege tech being researched as of late, unless it just went down. Yep, just started. His opponent does also getting tanks, does have his siege tech now almost finished, and getting his command center, also getting upgrades. But more Banshees coming out. He did have the cloak, so you got the cloak, so you know he's not going to stop making Banshees. 2A's expansion is down. Already guys mining from it. Armies. Here's the first tip. I'm going to see this. I think we're going to see this a few times. Look at that EMP on the Banshee, and bam, down it goes. Who says you need scans to? Who says you need scans to turn away cloaked units? That's pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome on 2A's part, using the EMP instead of blowing a scan on that. Now, he didn't have the scan energy anyway, but really nice job with the EMP there. But you notice the Banshee cloaked up like all the way back here, and went all the way over here to harass. I see this a lot in the lower levels. Guys who just aren't aware of energy usage, particularly with Cloak, and that's Ghosts and that's Banshees usually. Well, I don't know any other. There aren't any other units that have Cloak as a spell you can turn on and off. So this is just for Terran players, just for Banshees and Ghosts. You have limited amount of energy, so you need to be wise in how you use it. You need to be smart about how you, when and where you turn your cloak on and turn it off, as the case may be. Another Banshee. What we saw right there is probably a good 20 seconds of wasted cloak. He got all the way over here, and he already used almost all of his cloak energy before he even started hitting any units. So, and you know, a lot of you guys, it's not a problem. You think about it, you already know about it. So, but just to point it out, we're going to see it again later. It's going to be a factor later on. And there's going to be a Banshee who just basically sits away from, well, we'll see it when it happens. Nemo scanning, seeing the expansion, seeing tanks out here protecting the expansion, and Nemo is going to go and plant a command center, hiding bases. Don't usually see that very often at higher levels. Now this is gold and platinum, so I wouldn't necessarily call it higher levels, but it's not often you see hidden expansions like that, and the reason is simple. And I actually just watched another replay that someone asked me to watch, not for NuubCast, but just generally speaking. And you know, hidden expansions can be very helpful, but they have a very big, glaring weakness, and that's the fact that they cannot be defended. So unless you're going to plant a ton of cannons or bunkers or some kind of defensive static defense, spines, spores, at your expansion, and I mean a lot, it's best to expand near your home. As we see Nemo coming in, wants to engage, but runs into a bunch of tanks. This tank is close enough to... now that's not a bad job. Oh my goodness. Oh, missed with the EMP. But here's what I'm talking about. One of the instances, I think it happens more in this game. This Banshee's just going to sit out here, probably until all the energy runs out. In fact, I think it does. It sits out here the entire time until all its energy runs out. Another problem, and this happens in TvT, Nemo is blowing scans to get vision of the high ground. 2A has a Viking. He could just push out here, and he could move things up, and he could get shots off. Look, he's right here. If he moves this tank down here and puts his Viking out here, he's got shots on all these tanks. But he's not utilizing it. I don't understand that. And the Viking just sits back here. There's nothing out here that can hit it except for Marines. Park your Viking right here. And look, he's got his Viking. He's probably going to use his Viking. But more tanks out. And where's that Banshee? Yeah, Banshee ran out of energy. And so he finally... I mean, it turned off by itself, and now it's just gathering up more energy now. Going to... EMP missed twice. Like, how does that... Oh, he didn't miss. Okay, he took all the energy. Now he's going to lose that Banshee. Going to lose a Viking. Lose another Viking. Not bad micro either. Getting the focused Viking out of the way so it doesn't take any more shots. SCV, just hanging out, repairing stuff that gets hit. Not a bad idea. Just take one or two with you with your army. Now get this guy sieged up. Now get your Viking out there so he gets vision. Just look, he doesn't have the vision. Get your Viking out there. Now, 2A. Now we're going to see 2A. He's got 3 Ghost Academies now. And Nukes. He's coming out here and he's sniping. That's a terrible idea. Scan goes down and everything... and everything shoots at your Ghost. We are seeing nukes being made. We've got 1 nuke, 2 nuke, 3 nukes being made. And what we're going to see here is, and this is kind of why I wanted to do this, we're going to see what amounts to an utter waste of nuclear bombs. Here's the first one. Not a terrible one. We check out what Nemo sees. The Ghost isn't in sight, so he's not going to have a chance to hit it. But here comes the nuke. Doesn't kill, and it kills, like, what, 3 Marines were there? 4 Marines at most. But Nemo didn't unsiege, it didn't leave. But 2A's still going to move out and try to reposition. Once again, another nuke. This is just kind of bad on Nemo's part. He doesn't unsiege, he doesn't get out of the way. So he's going to lose all this. So these first 2 nukes, not the worst. Could have been better, could have been worse. Loses all of his units there. Still hasn't moved these at all, so whatever. 2A sieging up out here, trying to push these units back. Nemo's hidden expansion, doing pretty well. He's doing so well, he wants to build another one. But here's where the action is. And this is a lot of really weird play. See, these guys don't have the vision. I don't know who... See, the problem with TvT is you can't tell who is doing what scans. You can't tell who's doing what scans, so... That was really bad. Like, running your units out into the tank line. Okay, this Ghost... Once again... No unsiege, not moving. And that's a wasted scan right there, because 2A is trying to get shots off on these tanks, but he's got a nuke going down there, so what's the point of that? Don't waste your energy on a scan when you know apparently Nemo's got lag, so he can't see anything. I'm not getting the lag, so I don't know what Nemo's talking about. 2A getting a third, put up a third over here. More and more nukes being created by 2A. 2A has a ton of nukes. He's going to have vision up here. And here comes some of what I was talking about. He's going to get vision of the high ground here in a minute. Okay, he's going to scan the high ground. Why he scanned, I don't know, because he had Vikings. He could have gotten vision. These are wasted nukes. Now, granted, nukes are a little bit easier to get in this game than they were in Brood War. And they're a little less expensive than they were in Brood War. And that second nuke, maybe you can argue, you know, he took out some supply, so, you know, it wasn't that bad. But not really. I mean, those two were not good nukes. You don't really want to use nukes to take out buildings, if you can help it. It's just, it's not really that cost efficient, I guess. And here's another one. This one may still not going to take out these buildings. I don't think it kills either one. Maybe it kills this one because it's getting hit by tanks. But the starport is going to live. He lifts it off. Barely. Barely. And if he doesn't repair it, he's gonna lose it. But he's gonna be able to I mean, he's pretty much punishing Nemo pretty badly, so it's SCV's coming in to repair the starport. They're gonna get healed by the medevac. Another nuke. That one's not going to go off, obviously, but SCV is going to get transferred over here. This looks like a macro command center, just going to be dropping mules over here. Blue Terran is ahead economically. Doesn't have more harvesters, but he's got more mules, so and he's got better upgrades. I mean, he's got here 2A has no infantry upgrades, but Nemo is working on 2-2s, getting his 3-3, his level 3 attack. I don't know what all the scans are for. I think all the scans are really wasteful. And here comes a stim, but into huge tank lines, and they're just going to die and have to run away. Down goes yet another ghost. More superfluous scans. He's got a Viking right here. He's got vision of the high ground. He doesn't need the scans. He could just move the Viking. Wasted energy. But look, now we have a ton of ghosts. And how many nukes do we have? We have 2 nukes and a ton of ghosts. So I'm going to send one down here. 2. 2 nukes in the same place. It's just silly. Like, it's really, really silly. But look, not gonna make it. Sorry, guys. Did he cancel that? No, he didn't. And everybody moved in and got hit by that second nuke. And oh my goodness. Like, and see, the problem with this is that I know that 2A is sitting back and he's saying, man, I kicked ass because, you know, I dropped 75 nukes on this guy and he couldn't do anything to stop me. And he is winning, and he's doing a great job, and he's going to win this game. But as far as, like, look at this. Now he's got a nuke that's not going to do anything. Maybe going to kill this eBay. No, the eBay's going to die before the nuke even lands. I think, if he has vision. And is he going to even kill the eBay? Yeah, he killed the eBay before the nuke even landed. So he's got 2 nukes going in here. Now 2 nukes will kill barracks. So if that's what you want to do, then that's cool, I guess. But it just seems like a whole lot of nukes for nothing, really. You know what I mean? And I guess it's a fun way to play. Probably not very fun for Nemo, I guarantee you that. And he's moving all his guys over here. He's got his 2 command centers going, but 2A finds him, sends over the Marines, going to pretty much wipe him out. And all that to say, and the only reason really I went ahead and casted this game, because it's pretty one-sided, kind of silly. Apparently lag was an issue for Nemo, so he left the game. But like, this kind of nuke play isn't very cool. And it was effective here. I mean, maybe, I guess, because it seemed like, I don't know where Nemo was in this game, but he wasn't really doing that much. And the nukes were effective here from 2A, but I think I would say that this is a way not to use nukes, because there could have been much more cost-effective ways to use those nukes to get more out of them, whether it's using them at the mineral line or on units, you know. I just didn't think that it was great. I mean, you guys can argue with me and love to talk about it in the comments, what you think. But there it is, and that's all that I got to say about it. Thanks, 2A, for the game. I love your enthusiasm for the nukes, but I want you to use them more, smarter. Just be smarter with your nuke droppage. All right, y'all? Until next time, keep climbing that ladder. And, dude, guys, spend some freaking money. Look at this. Look at this. Spend some freaking money. My goodness. Later.